Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. So I'm just out here real quick filling up the greenhouses so that they can continue plugging away on creating these lettuce pallets. Been an awesome source of income for the farm, and I'd like to continue. Especially since really all it costs is water, which is basically a little bit of diesel and time. The only thing I would really like to have is probably a bigger barrel just to make it a little bit easier, but even that's not a necessity at the moment. I think if I come up just a little bit, I can fill up the mushroom greenhouse as I load up on this. Yeah. I think we're almost done here, another trip or two and then be finished. I like the range on these because I can fill them up from outside of the pallet range, which is great. That one is done. All that's left is the rice sapling. Let's double check. Greenhouse 1 is full, greenhouse 2 is full, the mushroom greenhouse is full, and the rice greenhouse is full as well. Grain mill, we still have that weird bug. It shows a huge number for the incoming materials. We do not have 186,628 liters of sorghum, but looks like it's still plugging away on the flour. And let's check the sawmill really quick. That's almost about halfway. I think we still have a little bit of time before I need to drag another tree down. What I might do is just kind of cut some of the trees into smaller pieces so that way it doesn't take a big portion of the yard like our last ones did. Let's check our actual sorghum is still here, still 6,628 liters, but it does show that it's making flour, right? Let's go check. Let me go park this real quick, and then we'll go check the grain mill and see what's going on with it. Alright, let's head over there real quick and see what we have going. After we check the grain mill, we need to start planting our oats, I believe, since it's March. We'll check that in just a little bit. Oh, there are pallets of flour here. Alright. 6,628 liters is what's in the silo. So we're going to check that a little bit later and see if that number is changing or not. I think I might have to move everything because it looks kind of, to me, it feels like it's bugged out a little bit. And I don't really want to take advantage of a bug. I just want to take advantage of the actual mod, which is to make flour, especially with some of the other types of grains out there that you can't make flour in the real world, I believe. So we want to plant, I believe it was oats. Let's double check our calendar and see. Oats, there it is. So we need to plant oats in our fields this month. And then in April, we need to do rice. So next episode will be rice. I believe our field is fully prepped. We got the lime in, which is new. I don't have a roller yet, but I do have enough money to buy one. So that might be something on the list for today. It wants 3 headlands, but yeah, just do it. So from the way it works, at least the way I think it works, is it needs 3 headlands to be able to make the turns for the long straight shots without going out of the field. So I think because of that, that's why it always wants to do extra. Oh, we're gonna be struggling with this. This is going uphill a little bit. We're going to start the time lapse so you don't have to suffer through this with me at 3 miles an hour. And if it continues being this slow, I might have to run to the store and upgrade my my motor. Well, actually, before we do that, let's check the store real quick and see if there's a tractor. There is not. So upgrading the motor is going to be on the list of today, I believe. So I'll see you when we get back or finish this field. Alright, welcome back. That was probably a pretty long time lapse because it took me quite a while to do this. You might have noticed in the beginning that the tractor just didn't really have the power at all to really pull this seeder. I mean, it was doing it, but it was doing it at 3 miles an hour, sometimes down to 2 on some of the really strong hills. So took it off, ran the tractor down to the store and upgraded it to a stronger engine. So now it's got 225 horsepower, but the seeder still requires 240. So it still struggles to pull it a little bit, especially as we're going uphill. But it's getting the job done. It's working. And as slow as this is, it's good enough for right now. Ideally, I'd like to get a new tractor on a sale. Something, you know, mid-size to large size if we can afford it, and then that will deal with most of our power issues. I've also, since it took so long to do these 2 fields and plant them with oats, I also ran 5 contracts in the background. They were all hoeing contracts. I was hoping to do some of them myself with our own hoe. I figured, you know, hey, pay for it, I want to use it, and ideally, oh no, don't run into the plants. Oh, thank goodness I can't destroy them yet. But I wanted to use the hoe a little bit and make some money off contracts with it. But I ended up getting them all done while waiting to finish this particular planting. All that's really left now is, ideally, I would like to buy a roller. I still need to roll the fields. What else? I think that's it. Let's check to see if they need fertilizer. So I got to roll 32 and 25. And they're fully fertilized. That's cool. No weeds yet, so we shall see. Alright, while we're here, why don't we turn in these contracts? So the first one is just a little bit under 10,000. That's awesome. Second one, 2,500, 9,500, almost 6,000, and 3,500. That's great. Made some decent money while I was sitting there planting. We have some fertilizing contracts available. We have some weeding contracts available. We are definitely doing this one right here. That's just way too much money to pass by. I don't want to run contracts non-stop, you know, purely for money. I'd like to get away from that at some point. But that's just so much money, I have to do it. That will allow me to buy the roller, and who knows what else. I haven't even sold my pallets yet. It'll be kind of cool once we get to the point where we have most of the machinery we need. Maybe not the best machinery in slot, as to say, you know, like the greatest combines or best tractors, but at least the ones that will get the job done. And then, you know, kind of be able to do everything and start to really knock things out. And then down the road, slowly start to expand to the good stuff. This is a massive weeder. Look at the size of this. After all machines getting back to my tractor. One of the things I did decide as I had to drive down and upgrade this was I really do need to get one of the portable mechanic shops, I believe it is, for the yard, so I don't have to drive all the way down to the store in order to upgrade. That took quite a while. Speaking of driving all the way down to the store, let's head down there. I'm gonna get a roller and get these rolled. So if I zoom out, the cherry trees are in blossom, but if I zoom in, they're not, which to me is just weird. I don't understand what's going on right now. And I don't know if you can hear the little beeping in the background. That seems like a little bug. So while I was working on the last, the bottom field, I should call it, I was having the AI worker drive over to this field to get the last mowing contract done, and it ran itself into I don't want a bridge, or even just kind of, I don't know, those metal pillars over there, and got itself stuck. So I had to go over to it, unstick it, and drive it over myself. And so now I keep hearing little like beeps in the background, which is usually the sound notification you get when something's going on with the AI worker, like it's stuck, or the combine is full at 80%, or something like that, or it's finished. So I kind of hear that going on in the background every once in a while. Hopefully it stops pretty soon. Okay, so first things first, let's check the contracts again. So we had this fertilizing contract here, which is, oh my gosh, it's right here. Stone picking is huge, which stone picking is kind of a pain. And there's nowhere to sell the stone, so I don't know what you're supposed to do with it once you kind of throw it in there. So this big fertilizing contract, I actually want to do that myself, if we have time. Which I might not, so I might as well just have a worker do it. Again, I almost feel bad because it's just, I'm like, oh, I'm having a bunch of workers work in the background. But if I hop on this contract, then I can't go roll my own fields, and I'd rather work on my own fields if I can. It's so weird to use these tractors right after I was using mine, because they're so much more mobile. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my tractor doesn't really move much. I get used to it, I hop on these ones, and all of a sudden they're turning faster. And I'm like, oops, overcorrected. Takes me a while to get used to it. Maybe if I finish fast enough on mine, I can take over some of these and at least do a little bit of them. There we go. Let's see if there's anything on sale real quick. Wow, they really want to get these logging trailers sold. I'd prefer to use the logs myself in my own sawmill, and soon to be, medium-sized sawmill ideally. I did see a mod for this particular roller right here, which is 9.5 meters, and then for 12,500, because I didn't think there'd be that many contracts right now, to be honest. So I wasn't sure how much money we would make, but I think we've made enough for the contracts to just go ahead and splurge and get the bigger one. And this is definitely easy enough that my tractor can pull it with no problem. I ended up using the console commands after messing up quite a couple times to finally get rid of the fog. I wanted to take a picture of the tractor pulling that cedar, but the fog was just kind of, I don't know, making everything a little gritty. So I was trying to figure out how to get rid of it, and all I was doing was making it worse and worse and worse until I finally figured it out. And this map looks strange without any fog. Everything's so clear and sunny right now. Normally it's foggy everywhere. I think that would be one of my bigger complaints as far as the game goes, is I do like the ambiance of having the fog around every once in a while. And sometimes it's thick and sometimes it's thin, which is nice. But it just seems that it's not every once in a while. It seems like it's all the time. I think some fields pretty much just have fog in 24/7. And that's kind of a disappointment. I mean, what's the point of the fog if it's always going to be there, basically making it harder for you? This is probably going to still take a while, so I'll throw this onto a time lapse as well. Welcome back. So you saw that I just finished one of those fertilizing contracts. I was going to do the other one as well with the same tractor and everything, but it didn't really look like I had enough fertilizer left, so I was like, alright, just turn it in and grab the next one. This field here is just about done. We have this last little piece. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw a worker on the other field with the rollers. While that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and start loading pallets on our truck and our new little trailer. Time is starting to run out, so I figured might as well, kind of be a little more efficient and continue to use the workers to get a bunch more stuff done this episode. These two new fields are a lot bigger than our smaller ones, so all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, it's going to take quite a while to, actually work the entire field. I'll be curious to see what it's like when it comes down to harvesting. Well, our combine isn't bad, it's just not very huge or fast. Now that we have that trailer, that's a lot better too, so we can actually start carrying a lot more than what I was doing with my the little dragon truck. Shouldn't call it little, but it is compared to some of the big things out there. Swap this over to an AI worker, and we shall hop over into our dragon truck. For some reason, for a second there, I was stuck. My brain was going, wait, we were talking about carrying grain in this, and it's not prepared to carry grain. And then I realized that, I'm doing pallets with it. Let's attach this to the back of this. Oh no, wrong connectors? Yeah, one of them is the ball type, and this one is a pin type connector. What a bummer. Well, there was another little trailer I was looking at, mostly because it has the ability to have ramps on it, so you can carry machines, whatever, in there as long as they're not too big. But it's a very tiny trailer, so maybe I'll have to get that one as well, and then just use tractors to drag this trailer around. I don't know. We got 8 lettuce pallets, 3 mushrooms. We have some flour pallets as well. Speaking of that, let's check real quick the grain mill. Or actually, let's check here first and see. 6628 is what was in there before, right? Yeah, I think it's bugged out. So let's stop the sorghum for now. We'll grab those, we'll sell those pallets, and then move the grain mill far enough away where it won't, I guess, connect to the silo. Which I thought was kind of cool. I'm like, if they can connect to the silo and I don't have to feed the grain mill all the time, it can just get done. But I guess it opens up too many bugs. I don't know where the bug is coming from either, because it's, what, unending grain at that point? That's just crazy. Alright, let's try this again without launching any lettuce, please. Thank you. Still haven't found that pallet. I can only assume it must have launched at such a big distance. Alright, we're going to go ahead and throw this on a time lapse. I'll be right back after I'm done loading all the lettuce and mushrooms. And I don't know if we'll have enough room for flour. Let's see where the flour gets sold at anyway. Flour sells at the farmer's market. Seems like it's the best price. So we'll try to throw the flour on there too and just drive a little bit slower. Be back in a little bit. Alright, we finished loading all the pallets and we're driving over to the market now. Driving as carefully as I can because this thing is one stiff breeze away from tipping over. I fed on, I think, everything that I could. Definitely 6 pallets too much, but I kind of wanted it to get it done. Surprisingly, there were a lot of flour pallets. Was that 8 pallets? So there's 7 here, and I think there was 1 more left there. Alright, let's turn this in and see how much we make. Well, 40,000 from the first part, so 54,000. That's kind of awesome. I'm gonna drive against traffic yet again. I need to grab 2 collectibles. On last episode, we did not get the entire 20,000 from the collectibles. We got just a portion of it. I think it was 15. So I'm not sure if I grab this one here yet. Nope, look, I can see it right here. So this first collectible is over at the high school, I believe. Let's grab that. So it says I made 10,000. Yeah, the high school. Let's check to see if that really is 10,000. It is. Awesome. The other one, it should be close as well then, because I don't think I got that one. Let's hop over here real quick. And there's a bridge right by this high school that's kind of going over this aqueduct area right here. And there it is. So we'll crouch underneath and grab it. It says I made another 10,000. Let's verify now. I did. But see, in February we only got 15,950. How weird is that? Alright, let's get out of here. I'll head over here real quick and make a quick U-turn. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head off to the store and pick up a trailer that I can actually use to help carry more pallets. But I'll purchase it right now so you see which trailer I'm looking to grab. It's going to be in the miscellaneous, I believe. And it's going to be this one right here, the Stemma Prius. So this one has a lot of options. We're not going to use any of them really. But you can go for a bigger grain trailer, which is 5.6 meters of, or 5,600 liters that you can hold, which is kind of nice. Then you can get a cover for it. I'm not really sure what that does, but I just want this, and it's in the red I believe I like already. Nope, it's in the Stemma red, but we'll go to a Massey red. And rim color is fine. What's the design? Yeah, we're doing fine. Pay the extra $250 for the paint job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump cut. I'm going to hop over to the store. I'm going to pick all that stuff up, and I'm going to load the pallets on, and then you'll meet me back at the temple as we turn it in. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back. I decided to hop over while I'm driving with a new trailer because I can actually drive at speed and not worry about flipping this thing over. It's actually really nice. I'm loaded with 1 pallet of wood beams, 1 pallet of long planks, 2 pallets of the smaller planks. We've got 2 more pallets of lettuce that spawned and that final pallet of flour. So I would say this is probably pretty heavy, but it's distributed pretty well, and that really kind of allows me to knock this out pretty quick. So we'll do a quick time lapse of this. It shouldn't take too long as I'm driving along at some decent speed, and I'll see you when I get back to the temple. Well, you know what, actually before that, since we're so close to the market, let's see what we're able to make from the market. Add a little bit extra profit. Next time I'll be able to load all these in. Though probably I won't have nearly as much flour. So that's an additional 10,000. Not bad. Alright, I'll see you when I'm over at the temple. Here we are over at the temple, just about to drive in and sell these off. It's an extra 25,000, almost 26. That's pretty cool. Those pallets I think have paid, well, more than paid for the sawmill by now. I'll see you when we get back to the farm. Here we are back on the farm. Just started raining. We have one more contract I accidentally grabbed and I didn't want to cancel it and get punished for it. So what I want to do real quick before I hop over there and take over, the worker is currently driving there. What I wanted to do really quick was place a couple beehives by my field, especially since there were so many contracts, we were able to make some money. So the premise behind the beehives, besides making honey, is that they'll be able to boost the yield on any flowering crops. So for me, that's going to be canola and sunflowers, and I forget what the third one is. It just needs to be placed somewhere where, as long as it's close to the field, I think it's within 50 meters. So let me see if it allows me to place it here. It does. So we'll drop a small one there. We're currently up to 38 liters of honey per episode, or per time I advance the time to the next day, which is a month. So I might try to fit in some more beehives in here as well. But I won't go too crazy because I still need to buy a plot of land, which I believe we have enough money for. So I'm going to drop one right here. I think that's a pretty good spot. I'll cover this plot of land, and if I buy this one, maybe this one here as well. Though that's going to take some time. Alright, let's see real quick. 23 is the number that I wanted at 161. Well, we have enough. Let's buy it. And that one over there is... going to finish this one real quick, but I want to take over from it. Let's turn these in. Oh, a lot more than I thought. So the first one's just a little bit under 3,000. We'll take that. Oh, 10,500. A little bit under 10. 6.5, a little bit over. And oh wow, 25. Awesome. That was a lot of money unexpectedly. So we're back up to 58. Where is... there it is. My little tractor that could. I don't think I'll be getting rid of this tractor. I think we'll keep it on the farm even after I get another one. I think it's always good just to have extra ones to be able to hop in with other jobs when necessary. But for the free tractor that came along with the farm, it's not bad. It's a heck of a lot better now that I've upgraded it to a little more horsepower. I will happily take what we can get. So I'm going to leave this here for right now. I'll park it somewhere later. Let's check out what's left to do. First things first, let's see if there's anything on the sale. There is a combine. But I don't think it's really all that much better than mine. Mine holds 8,000 liters. This one's just got 600 liters more. Yeah, I don't see any reason to swap over to it. Alright, let's check out the... actually, first, before the grain mill is turned off, let me double check. It is. During the next episode, I'll figure out what's going on with that, and either we'll move it, or well, we'll have to move it. I just don't want it. I wonder if it's bugging out because it's so close to the silo. But you know what? Before I move it, oat flour, I don't want to make any more. Or it would be sorghum, but I just want to sell the flour. Okay, well, I can't do any of that, so we'll figure it out. Hopefully, well, actually, that'll be a good test. There's not that much in there, and if it was a bug and it was just extra grain or whatever, if it's lost, it's lost. But I want to move it and see if it still keeps everything in there. Greenhouse one's full of water, Mushroom greenhouse is still full of water. Well, they should be. I just went ahead and filled them up. This is about halfway, so next episode we'll throw a tree into there, fill it back up, and this thing will continue to crank along. My goal is to have that small sawmill over there just for pulling trees from up around our farm, so I can bring it to there, and then that will be for that. And then the medium one in our new plot of land will be for for all those trees there. Once we have harvested just about all the trees, I want to go ahead and plant more so we can, grow them back. So new vehicles, we've spent a total of $80,250 on new vehicles. The lion's share of that went to the roller, I believe. And maybe the upgrade? That's quite a bit, but I'm not sure exactly when we upgraded our tractor. Construction costs, what did I buy for? Oh, those were the beehives, the tiny little beehives I put down. Okay, that makes sense. land purchase, so we just spent $161,496. Running cost, that must be the repairs. Next episode, I do want to put down the little repair station, so we can actually repair our stuff on the farm. Production cost is up to 142 so far, but we're up to 161 in total for the last month. So that's been progressing upwards. That's nice. We sold a total of $90,576 today in pallets and stuff. That's great. A good chunk of that was the flour, which we won't have consistently, not until we get those oat harvests in anyway. Filled up on gas while I was driving. What else? We have contract income was a whopping $117,837. That's fantastic. That is so dramatic. That's 10 times more than we had in January. Wage payment, we paid just a little bit under $2,000 in wages to the AI workers. Fantastic. We got the full $20,000 this time for the collectibles. Still have no idea why we didn't get all of it last time, but whatever. We're all good. We're negative $17,000 for the month. We're still up at a profit of 58, which is great, but I think we just spent so much on vehicles and land that that definitely dropped us in the red. All right. Overall, pretty good month. Some good expansion, obviously. Some good work on getting the farm prepared for, our next harvest season. We have rice to do next time. Hopefully make enough money to buy a big sawmill or medium sawmill for the land. All in all, that's all sorts of good. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, hit the like. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.